What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're kicking off our 32 team new look realistic rebuild series, and today we are starting with the New York Jets. Before we get into today's video though, guys, if you could drop a like, of course subscribe if you're new around here, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys so much for 3,000 subscribers again. But the New York Jets had a great draft, overall a really decent offseason. So let's just go ahead and take a look at what the Jets were able to accomplish, and we can talk about some ground rules for this series going forward. So I will tell you, for the rookies they have drafted, this is what I think I'm going to do going forward, and let me know if you guys agree or disagree with this. So basically, if you're a round 1 or round 2 pick, I think I'm going to give them star development. But if you were like a top 10 pick, I think superstar dev is fair. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree with that. I wish I could make them hidden development, but I don't think I can. So Garrett Wilson, I gave superstar development because he was pick number 10. And then Breece Hall has star development because he was round 2. Jermaine Johnson, late first round pick, gave him star development, even though his picture isn't showing up for some reason. I don't know why. And then not Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, I gave superstar development, obviously 4th overall pick. So yeah, basically the Jets were able to get Jordan Whitehead in free agency. They got Jermaine Johnson. What an excellent draft they had. Got Vinny Curry, got Sauce Gardner, obviously DJ Reed from the Seahawks. So a really good offseason for the New York Jets. And Garrett Wilson, obviously they were in on Deebo Samuel, but they did not get him. Instead, they drafted Garrett Wilson. So now, obviously, we just have to kind of see what this New York Jets team is going to do here in season number 1. So we're not going to be doing anything this very first season. We are just going to simulate and see what happens. They also got like Jeremy Ruckert in the draft and also Max Mitchell. But regardless, we're going to simulate and we're going to see if Zach Wilson, I know it says he's a rookie, but obviously the rookies are kind of mixing together because we're starting from the very beginning of franchise mode. It is what it is. We're going to go ahead and simulate to the playoffs and see if this Jets team can surprise us and make the playoffs after all of these draft picks in such a decent offseason. So at the end of the season, we actually finished up 9-8 in our very first season, which is actually a really positive sign for the New York Jets because obviously this team has struggled to get even to the playoffs for quite some time, and we were kind of close here. So got second in our division. It's a good sign of things going forward, I would say. So let's go ahead and auto upgrade everybody real quick, and then let's go take a look at the stats and kind of see how everyone did. And it looks good. I mean, going 9-8 looks good for us, and I think it'll be a good thing going forward. But offense was 23rd in the NFL, while defense was 16th. So not too bad. Zach Wilson, not a bad rookie year, even though it's technically not his rookie year, obviously, with these guys. But 25-12 in Madden, it was technically his rookie year. Has star development, which is obvious. It would have been cool if you got like superstar, but we'll take it. Breece Hall, 15 touchdowns, 1,200 yards, so a really nice season out of Breece Hall. Receiving wise, Elijah Moore with 1,000 and 1,000 from Garrett Wilson as well. CJ Uzama, a guy they picked up in free agency, put up 6 touchdowns and 700 yards. And Corey Davis, almost 700 yards and 2 touchdowns. But defensively, how did our boy like Sauce Gardner do? 10 sacks from Lawson, 8.5. Jermaine Johnson, 6 sacks. We'd love to see that. John Franklin Myers, 3.5. 3 from Will Park, CJ Mosley, 1. And then how did interceptions go? We had 3 from Bryce Hall and then 2 from Sauce Gardner. So nice to see that. Jordan Whitehead with 2. Mosley, DJ Reed. But I mean, for the most part, I'm happy with that. We went 9-8. That's a positive sign. I think Jets fans would be super ecstatic about that and be very excited for the future. So far off to a great start. I don't know how much cap space we're going to really have, but really isn't going to matter because this free agency class is kind of trash because obviously this is the real life free agency class. I really wish I could like have a Madden file where I could just come back to each and every time on the right timeline, but Madden crashes too much that I would have to do it over and over again because I would probably have autosave off. That way I don't have to keep doing it, but it's just impossible because Madden franchise mode crashes all the time, so I'd lose all my progress. So we do have a couple free agents that we should maybe worry about. So we have Greg Zuerlein Legatron here, Joe Flacco as a backup quarterback if we want to bring him back, and you have like Solomon Thomas, Tyler Conklin. I mean, I might not be too opposed to keeping another tight end on the roster. So probably won't be doing much in this free agency class because like I said, this free agency class is kind of bad. I guess I'll sign Legatron back as well if I can get him back, and we'll sign him, and if he does sign, that's great. So we get our kicker back. Other than that, I think I'm ready to just move on. Jermaine Johnson, I think we'll get a starting spot now that Vinny Curry is gone, which is also really nice. So let's go see if there's any free agents worth picking up. I don't think there really is. I do want to look at the roster just to kind of refresh my memory just a little bit, even though I literally just saw it. But Garrett Wilson got put back in that 3rd slot, which I don't like. Breece Hall up to an 82 overall. So offensive line is actually really solid, so we're happy about that. Offensively, I don't think I really have to worry about anything. I really like the offense. Although Mekhi Becton is a worry in real life. Apparently, he is not in the best of shape, so we'll see how that goes. But linebackers definitely need some upgrades. Jermaine Johnson could definitely start next year, even though, like I said, his character isn't showing up for some reason. Garner up to an 81. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good for the most part. Our linebackers aren't fantastic. Don't know how good CJ Mosley will be for that long. If we release him, we save about $5 million, so it's not really worth doing that just yet. But we'll keep an eye on it. Let's go to free agency though, like I said, and see if there's anyone that's really worth it here. $29 million. So let's see. Have Tom Brady, which we don't want. Devin McCourty, Odell Beckham. We really don't need wide receivers. We don't really need corners. Linebacker is our biggest problem. So if there's like a linebacker here that fits our scheme, like Jayon Brown, but he doesn't really fit it apparently. Dante Hightower, but I don't know. I feel like Jayon Brown, if I booted him like outside linebacker, he wouldn't be too bad, right? His coverage wouldn't be terrible. We need our linebackers to cover, I believe, in the scheme we're running. So Dante Hightower, if he wasn't so damn old, I would maybe consider it. I kind of like the idea of getting Jayon Brown in a way, but we'll keep looking just in case. So left outside linebacker again. Houston, Jayon Brown. We have Reuben Foster, and then we have Anthony Barr and Corey Littleton. I'm going to get Jayon Brown, I think, in this free agency. And I think I'm going to move him to like left or right outside linebacker. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move Jayon Brown to one of the outside linebackers. He's going to be decent enough that I think it would be a nice acquisition for us. Star development, only 26, 27 years old, if I saw that correctly. So let's see if we get Jayon Brown as our big addition in free agency and see if we do get him to start this video off with our first signing. And we do get Jayon Brown, 27-year-old middle linebacker. We're going to move him to the outside, or honestly, he could technically take over that middle linebacker role eventually for CJ Mosley. So we'll see. But I'm going to move him to outside linebacker for now because CJ Mosley is still going to be here. So we're going to move him to outside linebacker for now. And now we're going to head to the draft because that was literally going to be our only signing in free agency. So I would have been way more aggressive in that free agency had there been like some more free agents to get, but there really wasn't any. So we're just going to go to round 1, pick number 17, and kind of hoping to get something here in the draft that just pushes us over the top a little bit, because after going 9-8, I think we're ready to, take that next jump. Can we get to the playoffs is the question. So the best players available on the board right now are like tackles, which, I mean, George Font ain't going to be here forever, so I guess you could go tackle if you wanted to. We have Amar Space on the board. I mean, Jalen is here. I don't think I mind my safeties right now where I want to take a safety. Wide receiver core isn't bad. So Amar Space out of Oregon State. Is he B tackle, B zone? I mean, this would be my addressing of the linebackers. Just move him to left outside, and then we kind of have our linebackers solved. So I'll go ahead and take him. He is hidden development, middle linebacker. We're going to move him to outside. So I think that kind of solves our linebacker dilemma. And of course, with CJ Mosley gone, we could move either Jayon Brown or Amar Spates to the middle if we need to. So let's go with our round 2 pick number 17. And if we do have like so like I said, if we had an offensive lineman on the board, I definitely wouldn't mind because I don't know how long George Font is going to be here. We also have Jordan Burch. You have Miles Murphy. You have Emmanuel Forbes. So there's definitely some good players here. Alfred Collins, I know, is a stud as well out of this draft, so I wouldn't mind taking him, to be honest with you, just to continue to add edge rushers. But I don't know. Should we take an offensive lineman? Because that is kind of going to be a problem eventually. So B awareness, B impact block, C pass block. As much as I would love to take Alfred Collins here, I'm going to take Tate here. He is only normal dev, but our offensive line could become a problem eventually. So I'm comfortable with that. Let's go to round 3, pick number 17 now. And let's see what we can get in round 3. If we get something good, I'm happy. If not, it is what it is. So we got Chris Bogle, Jaquilin Royce. We could go ahead and take a defensive tackle here, Woody Washington. So I think I might go ahead, and we don't really need a corner. I don't think all that much. It's suggesting I take Emmanuel Forbes, which he actually looks solid. It says he's a round 3 to 4 talent. We scouted him 100%. His coverage actually isn't bad. So we could take him here and get ourselves another corner if we wanted to. Maybe. Not opposed to that. And Chris Bogle. So it's either between Roy or a corner, which I think we definitely could use depth on the defensive line more than a corner. So I'm going to take Roy here instead of taking the corner. And maybe Emmanuel Forbes drops to round 4 and I get him there. If he is there, still at round 4, I'll take him there. If not, that's fine as well. So let's see if we do get that lucky. If not, no big deal. If he is here, I'm going to take him, and he is not, of course. So why would he still be here? But Jameson Williams in this draft, interesting. Jaden Hasselwood, Devin Richardson, EJ Williams. We scouted Devin Richardson quite a bit, so I'll just go ahead and take another linebacker, and he looks like he can cover as well a little bit. So we'll go ahead and take Devin Richardson, and that just adds more depth to linebackers. So I think we definitely addressed a lot of defense in this draft. We also got an O-lineman, so I feel pretty good about how that offseason went. But next offseason could be even better with a better free agency. But let's see if we can take another step in this next season. So this is what our team's going to look like going into this very next season. I still want to put Garrett Wilson as the #1 wide receiver for this team, though. So Corey Davis is going to slide down to the 3rd. So Garrett Wilson and Elijah Moore, that's Zach Wilson. We don't have a backup quarterback right now, so we should probably sign one just in case. We don't want Tom Brady appearing on the roster, but we got Amar Spade, CJ Mosley, Jayon Brown, which I do like. Jordan Whitehead, I keep wanting to say Breece Hall. That's the other guy. Bryce Hall, DJ Gardner, DJ Reed, and then we got Carl Lawson, Quentin Williams, John Franklin Myers, and we have a couple of nice defensive tackles for depth with Sheldon Rankins and Roy, and then Jermaine Johnson. Again, his player is not showing up, but he is here playing starter minutes this time. I don't know why I said minutes. This isn't basketball, but Jayon Brown, Mosley, Amar Spade. So we're going to go ahead and summate the season, see if we can take another step. We went 9-8 last year, so it would be really cool if we can make the playoffs this year. Our schemes are actually really good. It's like 80% and 89%. So things should be on the up and up. We'll see what happens. Let's see how good of a simulation we can get and see if we can make the playoffs for the first time in a while. Oh, you have to love Madden. After going 9-8 and making the roster arguably a little bit better, we went 4-13. So back to earth we go, I guess. So we're gonna go ahead and upgrade everybody here and kind of see what went wrong. So 4-13 after going 9-8, kind of disappointed. I'm not gonna lie to you, but offense was 30th in the NFL. Defensively, I'm sure we were really bad as well, and that's probably what our biggest problem was. Defense wasn't terrible. Zach Wilson, another positive year, didn't throw a ton of interceptions. I thought that was going to be the problem where he turned the football over too much, but that wasn't the case. Breece Hall with 1,013 touchdowns, so solid there. Receiving wise, Garrett Wilson, 1,200, or yeah, almost 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns. Uzama, 900 yards. Davis with 2 touchdowns, 700. Elijah Moore, 690. Breece Hall even had 450 receiving yards. Sacks wise, we had 5.5 from Franklin Myers, 5 for Jermaine Johnson, 5 for Quentin Williams, 4 from Mosley, 3.5 from Lawson, 1 from Jayon Brown, and 1 from JJ Weaver. Interceptions, we had 4 from Sauce Gardner, which is nice. CJ Mosley with 3, Bryce Hall with 2, White, and then 1 from Amar Spade, which is nice. He's up to star development. So yeah, really unfortunate. I thought for sure this team was going to take that next step we needed them to, but they did not. We lost 13 games and we only won 4, which is not good at all. So we need to find a way to get us over that next hump, and I'm not sure how to do that. So we go up to an 84 overall, which is a good sign. So I think this offseason, hopefully this pushes where we need to be. So it looks like we have about $60 million. I don't really know who our important free agents are going to be. We have, let's see, we have Quentin Williams. Okay, that's an important one. Jordan Whitehead, I would argue that's important as well. But other than that, I think I'm cool. I mean, I almost forgot to sign a backup quarterback, so I'm glad Tom Brady didn't appear on the roster. That's my bad. Braxton Berrios, I mean, he's cool and all. Bryce Huff, I think I can comfortably let walk. But I do want Quentin Williams back, I think, on top of everything else. Didn't Quentin Williams get extended in real life, or did they just pick up his 5th-year option? I can't remember, but we're going to offer Quentin Williams a extension, obviously, to keep him here. He is back. Superstar dev, defensive tackle. Jordan Whitehead, we just drafted like a star development strong safety, or Madden did for me anyway. But I'm going to keep Jordan Whitehead around. And then you got Connor McGovern and George Font. So I got to make a decision on these two. Connor McGovern, 77 overall center. I'm going to sign him. We drafted Tate, so I think I'm going to roll with Tate for my tackle. We'll see, just because I did kind of draft him for that reason. And I think I'll move on from everybody else. We have about $30 million in cap space. So we should be able to get at least 1 or 2 impact players here to kind of push us where we need to be. So let's see if we can do that. Let's go look at the roster. And let's see what we can get at free agency and see kind of what our best available players are. So you take a look. Our offensive line, also we have Tate and Max Mitchell. So offensive line still isn't bad. Obviously, tackle got a little bit weaker, but for the most part, this is a good offense. Scheme fit got worse, so we could change the scheme if we need to, which I actually might look into that now. So if I did change, I guess I can't change it right now. Maybe I have to wait. So, all right, so offensive line, offense, I kind of like. I'm comfortable with it. Could it be better? Yes, but I'm comfortable with it. I like my wide receivers. I like my running back. Obviously, Zach Wilson will remain the QB, and my offensive line is good enough. If there's a good offensive lineman, that's worth it. Wow. Okay, so we got CJ Mosley went up to superstar dev, then Amar Spade is star development, and Jayon Brown is superstar dev, which is nice. But defensively, I like as well. So really, we have positions everywhere. Maybe just go for the best available player in free agency to push us over the top. So let's see who that could be. Maybe a Jeffrey Simmons is out here. You got Terry McLaurin. I mean, we could go for, get aggressive on a wide receiver. Again, Jeffrey Simmons is here, so that could be fun. Lamar Jackson, I'm not going to go for running back. Elton Jenkins is here, so if you want to just go straight offensive line, that is an option. We got Marcus Davenport, superstar dev, Montez Sweat, superstar X Factor. So definitely some good options here in free agency for sure. Darnell Savage, we want to replace Ashton Davis, but I don't think Darnell Savage is what I want to go for. So really, I'm kind of looking at the top. We have Dalton Reisner as well. So yeah, I'm looking at the top at the impact players that are going to make like an immediate impact. So really, I'm looking at Jeffrey Simmons, and I'm also looking at guys like Montez Sweat, Marcus Davenport, and Elton Jenkins. So I don't think I can walk away with both. I think I could walk away with Jeffrey Simmons. But I do like my defensive line. I like Carl Lawson, and I like Jermaine Johnson. So I don't think I really want Jeffrey Simmons all that much. Jenkins could be fun, though. He is a 90 overall offensive lineman. So he could technically... So if I could walk away with Jenkins like Montez Sweat or Davenport, I think I'd be pretty ecstatic about that. So let's try that. Let's go for Jenkins in free agency. Don't think he'll cost a ton. So he won't cost that much. It's not like $22 million cap it or anything like that. 107 total points would blow the Rams and the Texans offer out of the water. So I don't think we have enough money, but we could go for Davenport. We could go for Montez Sweat. Montez Sweat is a superstar X factor. Davenport superstar dev, and he's they're the same age really. So both fit our scheme. We would get Marcus Davenport probably 100%. He has no other offers, but we could probably get Montez Sweat if we just pay the hell out of him. So I'm going to go for the superstar X factor. That probably makes the most sense for us to go for. So I'm going to go for Montez Sweat to add onto this defensive line. So Montez Sweat, we sign him and Jenkins, and then we can maybe look into some trades, maybe if we wanted to. So just to maybe get like another player here. So let's see if we get Jenkins and Montez Sweat on this team. And if that is the case, we do get both of them. So that's going to make us better. It really is. So now we can move Jenkins, or we can move Tomlinson, whichever we want to do. We can move one of them to right tackle, and our offensive line will be pretty damn solid. So let's move Tomlinson to right tackle. So offense, I'll feel really, really good about. Defensively, we got Montez Sweat probably taking over Jermaine Johnson's role, and then CJ Mosley, 81 overall, still really good though. If I released him, I'd free up $15 million. That almost seems like something I should look into. But I don't know, man. Like, I wouldn't mind making some type of trade. I wouldn't mind making a trade for sure. I just don't know who I'm going to go for. But I'm going to go ahead and move Tomlinson to right tackle. And then I'm going to experiment with trades. If not, we're just going to head to draft night and see what we can get. We should have a high draft pick, which is good. So maybe we look at the, drafts and see who we can get. And maybe that's going to be good enough. But feeling pretty good about how this offseason is going so far. But maybe one more upgrade would be what we need. So I wasn't going to make a trade apparently, but I do have literally the #1 overall pick, which is nice, but I'm not sure if I want to select you or do I want to go ahead and trade down, because we definitely could do one or the other. We have a corner that's really solid. I mean, we could just take like the #1 overall corner and Pat Hillard here. He's slot. Scheme fit is nice, but I don't know. I kind of wouldn't mind trading down and maybe getting like some more draft picks. I don't even know what a trade down scenario would look like. Never traded down for the #1 overall pick. So if I did trade down, I kind of want to review all the offers. So let's see. So we got Chicago offering me a round 2 pick, and we trade down to 7. Okay, that's actually really nice. I like that. Actually, I guess technically that's next year. So we're technically in the 2023 draft. So never mind. I don't like that as much. Okay, so never mind on Chicago's because we need draft picks now. 2024, again, would be nice, but I'm looking for 2023 draft picks. So, wow, the Saints are offering me number 12 and number 44 in this draft. The Washington Commanders are offering me round 2, round 1. Or no, never mind. That's the next year's draft. Okay, so there's actually some really... We could get a 2024 next year, round 1, pick 11. But I'm looking for draft picks in this draft. So, round 1 and round 3 and round 5. There's a lot of offers. Okay, I'm kind of overwhelmed with how many offers we have. Ooh, that's 2 round 1 draft picks, but we trade all the way down to number 27 and number 30. Interesting. I don't know. Do I want to take 2 Yeah, you know what? I'm going to take this Miami Dolphins offer. I am trading down, getting 2 draft picks, and that might be trading down a little bit too far, but there's no one I'm really in love with at #1 overall, and I don't know, man. Definitely an interesting trade there, but we got 2 picks in this draft now just to add more talent. So variety, I guess you could say. So now we have Jalen, we have Aaron Parks, and then I actually don't even know who's really good here, to be honest with you. So maybe instead of drafting here, maybe we trade down and use one of these draft picks to make a trade, because I don't want to just... I made that trade, right? So let's do something with it. I mean, I just made that trade to trade down. We got Victor Brown, though. I mean, a really good offensive lineman. So let's go ahead and take Victor Brown. He's going to be hidden development. So we get our right guard that we wanted out of the trade. And now... let's go ahead and see if we can make some type of trade in like this next with this next pick, because we don't want to trade the number 4 overall pick, right? That doesn't make any sense to do. So we're going to use this pick to make some kind of trade. So we're actually not going to make a trade. We're going to be drafting Jalen McMillan here. So we basically trade our number 1 overall pick and get 2 hidden development players out of it. So I kind of regret trading it now. I'm not going to lie to you, but you know what? We got 2 hidden development players here, which I feel decent about. And now we still have a early pick here. So we can still definitely probably get like another hidden development player. Roy Sweat, though, as like a corner. He's got A catching, C man, B press, C zone. Round 1 to 2 talent. I'm going to go ahead and take him. Roy Sweat, normal dev, unfortunately, but get myself another cornerback for the team. And then we'll go to round 3, pick number 1. So we added wide receiver depth. That makes Corey Davis a little bit more expendable. And then we obviously kind of made Tomlinson a little bit more expendable, or whoever we decide to start at guard for the future. But Jeremy Colbert, definitely could use him. And then another guy we scouted like crazy. But we take a look at the middle linebacker on the board. Deep block shedding, deep pursuit. We don't know his coverage, but apparently he's a fit for us. I'm going to take him. He is normal dev. And you know what? Overall, I'm not sure I feel pretty good about how that draft went for us. Maybe I should have just stayed at number 1 overall and drafted, you know, whatever was there for me. But it's okay. I guess we walked away with 2 hidden development players for depth, which I'm not sure that helped us all that much. But, I mean, the main thing is making the playoffs this next season, because that's what we need to do for the most part. So we're going to go ahead and simulate this next season with this roster. We take a look at it real quickly. Hoping and praying Madden doesn't crash on me. So we went 9-8 to 4-13. We're an 84 overall team now. And we take a look at our offense and our defense. Again, that number 1 overall trade, not sure I love it after doing it in hindsight, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But of course, Madden is taking forever to load. So whenever it does load, I will. Oh, never mind. Here it goes. Okay, so we got Zach Wilson. We got a right guard for depth, I guess. So again, the trade I made was really for depth. I mean, we have a good team overall. So no matter what I really did there, it was going to be like a depth kind of trade. But this is going to be the defense. So feeling pretty good about it. Roy Sweat's a 75 overall. So we got 4 corners. We have a strong safety who's hidden develop or star development. So then Roy, and then Jacob Martin, Jermaine Johnson. So a lot of depth on this team. So can this team, though, put it all together? Can we make the postseason? Find out. So once again, not a really good year at all. 6-11 on the season. So once again, we suck very badly. So, I mean, what is it going to take to put this all together? I mean, one thing we did set us up for in the future is when we get to the offseason, there might be a few free agents we really don't have to worry about because we drafted depth, right? So we're going to kind of move on to those guys. But we have a lot of money. So I'm confident we can maybe make a really good roster this offseason to finally get this team to the playoffs. So this is about to be season number 4 we're about to go into. 6-11, 9-8, 4-13 has not gone our way so far. Let's see how many free agents we have to worry about. So we have Breece Hall, Mekhi Becton. So all of our rookie scaled guys are free agents, which they really shouldn't be. Technically, there's like 5 years on a rookie contract, I believe. So yeah, a lot of free agents to worry about. A lot actually. So it does suck that these guys are here because, like I said, you know, usually they'd be here for even longer. But I definitely want all of them back. Breece Hall. I mean, hopefully I can get everybody back, honestly. Well, we have a lot of money, but we'll see if I can get everybody back. Mekhi Becton, even though there's concerns with him in real life, I do want him back, obviously. So we can go ahead and sign Mekhi Becton. We get him back. Carl Lawson. I think I might actually move on from Carl Lawson. Gardner I want back, obviously. So if we can get Sauce Gardner back, he is back. Garrett Wilson, same exact thing. Tomlinson I might be able to move on from as well, because we do have some offensive linemen we can maybe rely on. Garrett Wilson, Bryce Hall, Corey Davis I can move on from. Ashton Davis, Jermaine Johnson. Don't want to move on from Jermaine Johnson, so let's go ahead and sign him back as well. Jermaine Johnson, hey, there he is. That's what he looks like, but we'll never be able to see his face in his player card. And then Denzel Mims, Jeremy Ruckert. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea to sign Jeremy Ruckert back. I mean, we'll go ahead and sign him back. So this will give us about $30 million in cap space after this is all done, I think. Denzel Mims, I'm not going to worry about. Martin, I'm not going to worry about. Jermaine Johnson, I got. Ashton Davis, DJ Reed, Corey Davis, and Bryce Hall. I think I want at least Bryce Hall or DJ Reed back. And Bryce Hall, obviously being star development, is going to be the winner. So we'll go for Bryce Hall. And we got a wide receiver to replace Corey Davis, so I'm not even going to worry about Corey Davis. And then DJ Reed. Ashton Davis, I think I do want back, though, at free safety. Or maybe go for a different free safety. We'll see. I'm going to leave it. Maybe we go for a different free safety and free agency. So, all right. $30 million in cap space. Let's make this roster a championship roster. Let's get our playoff roster at the very least. I think we already kind of are. It just hasn't worked out in our favor. So, if we look at the team, offensive line, We can go ahead and move Victor Brown to right tackle, and then that's fine. We'll roll with that. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So Victor Brown we just got from that trade we made last year. So maybe that trade will come in handy. We got a couple guys here that helps us out for depth. And then obviously, like I said, they step into those spots now. So kind of have that going for us, I guess. So Victor Brown, and then McMillan's going to be now our brand new wide receiver next to Garrett Wilson and Elijah Moore. So offense, still like a lot. It's not been really my problem throughout the video. Defensively, I kind of like them a lot too. CJ Mosley, I think I'm finally going to move on from though. Jermaine Johnson will actually get to start this time with what? Oh, we need a free safety. It looks like Jordan Whitehead started in both spots. Okay, Sweat. But I'm going to move on from CJ Mosley. I'm going to move on to CJ Mosley. I'm going to release him this time. Frees up $17 million. So CJ Mosley, you've been nice for us. So I'm either going to need a middle linebacker or an outside linebacker. So I'm definitely going to be looking for that. And that's going to be my biggest problem. And free safety. So linebacker, free safety. Let's get some good players here. $47 million to work with. So we should be able to get both those guys. Derek freaking Henry. Tyrann Mathieu, Tyron Smith, Teron Armstead, but none of the positions I really need, unless if, yeah, Reddick, it's not really going to fit at linebacker for us. It says Chandler Jones is a fit, but I don't really know how. I mean, maybe I just don't understand what I'm doing here, but Aiden Hutchinson is in free agency. Really shouldn't be here. Jameson Williams is here. Kenny Pickett, Russell Gage. Okay. We have Quandre Diggs, who's solid. Kenneth Murray. All right, let's go look at our linebackers. So linebackers we could get, I saw Chandler Jones. Nick Bonito, cool. Kenneth Murray, Devondre Campbell. So Kenneth Murray probably is our best player to go for. So I'm going to go for Kenneth Murray. Won't move the needle all that much, but he'll be solid enough where I would like it. So Kenneth Murray, I'm going to sign 108 total points. And then honestly, with Tyrann Mathieu in free agency being the best safety, I might just go for him. He is 32 years old at this point, but we need a safety, and Tyrann Mathieu might be the guy that just kind of pushes us over the top. A veteran presence that would help out this defense and be kind of the leader here. So I am going to 100% go for Tyrann Mathieu and bring him to the New York Jets. Why not? Why not, man? We're ready to make the playoffs. Tyrann Mathieu could easily help out with that. So I'm going to increase his offer even more because getting him, we get a superstar X Factor free agent, maybe overpaying him a little bit. Only got $10 million per year from the Saints, but I'm willing to do it, man. I need Kenneth Murray. I need Tyrann Mathieu, and I'll be solid. I'll feel pretty good about how this free agency went for us. So once again, another free agency. This next season will be the 4th season going forward. We get Tyrann Mathieu. We get Kenneth Murray. So we solve both of our problems in free agency there. And then last but not least, do we go ahead? Do we need to, like, I don't know. Do we need a offensive lineman? Chandler Jones is still here. Fletcher Cox, Donald. I mean, you can get Chandler Jones for depth, I guess, if we wanted to, but probably not really that necessary. So I'm just going to go ahead and go into this next season then. So I think we're ready, man. I mean, I've done everything I can. I've done everything I possibly could, I think. So hopefully this team is ready to compete and make the playoffs. I'm going to move Tyrann Mathieu to free safety, though, I think. Center position could be better. Offensively, I like still. I'm going to move Tyrann Mathieu to free safety. Well, I guess I can move Jordan Whitehead there if we need to. He's an 83 at that spot. Well, I guess they already have him starting at free safety, but I'll move him there. Move his position there as well. So, all right. Let's get this next season, baby. And let's see if we can finally get into the postseason. So finally, after 4 seasons, we finally get into the damn postseason. It took long enough. We went 11-6. We didn't win our division, though, so we do not get a playoff game. Really, really weird how it took us this long. I liked the Jets offseason. I thought for sure Madden would love it as well, but unfortunately, that was not the case. If we look at the stats and awards, offense was 3rd in the NFL, so finally getting going. I did change the schemes as well, so I don't know if that made a difference, but 32-10 from Zach Wilson, 83 overall. Nice rushing wise. Breece Hall, 1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns. Receiving Garrett Wilson, 1,900 from Moore, and then 900 from Jalen McMillan, and then 900 from Tyler Conklin. Defensively, sacks wise, we had 11 from Montez Sweat, 5.5 from Franklin Myers, 5 from Jermaine Johnson, 4.5 from Quinnen Williams, 4 from Jayon Brown, 3.5 from Kenneth Murray. Interceptions, we had 6 from Sauce Gardner, 2 from Jayon Brown, and 2 from Roy Sweat, and 2 from Jordan Whitehead, and 1 from my man Tyrann Mathieu. So let's go ahead and get right into this game. We're playing the Baltimore Ravens, who arguably had a really good draft as well. So this will be tough. I mean, the Ravens are good. They obviously, wow, they drafted Max Johnson when they have Lamar Jackson. Wait, did they replace Lamar? Is that the thing? Or could have swore I saw Lamar Jackson still on this team. No. All right, wait, is that Lamar? No, I think it's Max Johnson because Lamar does not wear number 19 unless if they changed his number. I don't think they did. Sebastian Joseph Day, I see, is on the Ravens. Is this, that looks like Lamar. It is Lamar. He changed his number to 19, I guess. Okay, so they have two quarterbacks, Max Johnson and Lamar. I don't know if that'll help them here, but simulating, and we are going to start off with no scores so far on both sides, but we come down and score a touchdown, go up 7-0. Can we go 14-0? We do just that, but the Ravens are going to respond with the touchdown, and we go up. Oh, never mind. Turn it over. 14-10. So we have lead at half, and now it is 14-17 Baltimore. And now we are going to let the Baltimore Ravens take a 2-possession lead. And this is where we choke everything, isn't it? All right. Well, that took long enough to even get into the playoffs. And once we get here, we get absolutely destroyed. So, really unfortunate. Madden was not high on the Jets today. I don't know what it was, but I'm going to come in here and score a touchdown, and then I am out. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to throw it up to X. This is going to be really weird, but I literally just overran that route. Wow. Okay. Give me that ball. All right. Well, I mean, if the Ravens give it, I just whatever. I mean, there's really not much you can do about it now. We lost for sure, and we don't get the ball back. Okay. Well, you know what? That was the Jets rebuild. It did not go as planned. I thought we put together like a really good roster in the most realistic way possible. Maybe the one thing I could regret or take away from this is not trading that #1 overall pick. Maybe that's what killed me at the end. I don't know. I mean, we still made the playoffs in this final season. Really upset it took us that long, though. So if you look at the final product that we did have for the Jets, up to an 88 overall, but looking at the final roster that we had together, Zach Wilson, Victor Brown, I mean, it was a really good roster. Really happy to. Breece Hall's up to a 96 overall. Defensively, I mean, things are looking really good on the defensive side of the ball. I really liked our chances of maybe doing something. I don't know. This team is like progressing so much that maybe we run it back. Maybe we run it back. Let's go one more time. One more season, just in case, and see if that does anything for us. Because we have a lot of good progression. Up to an 88 overall for crying out loud. And we finally had a good season. So we're going to simulate one more time. One more time for the boys. And let's see if we get to the damn playoffs. But offseason, I'm not going to really show too much. I'm really just going to resign everybody, I think. Maybe I get a different center. But I'm going to run it back one more time. Really see if this team can get to the playoffs again, but be like very good in the playoffs, because I feel like we're a little bit not too far from being a championship team. And of course, in this final season of running back one more time, we went 7-10, not in the playoffs. So I thought maybe one more chance at it would do us wonders, but no, the Madden simulation has not been kind to me today, not gonna lie to you. So a random 11-6 season, thought that would be like built upon here, but unfortunately that is not the case. They just don't love our team whatsoever. So what did I do wrong today, boys? Definitely let me know down in the comment section below. But that is the first of many teams we are about to do for their new look realistic rebuild series. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely leave a like if you did enjoy. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.